patches have been dropped on experimental, and you know what? The year is coming to an end quicker than anybody can even shake a stick at. So will we still get an update? Now, this is something that I want to have a small deep dive into today. So as of the time of this recording, it is the 11th of November 2023. That means there is just over a month away until we hit 2024. Now, when the update dropped on experimental, everybody got rather excited until the patch notes leaked. Now, bear in mind, these patch notes at the time was not available via Twitter through Sean Murray or through Hello Games website. So no one actually knew what this update was when it hit experimental initially. However, the patch notes did eventually leak, and if you watched yesterday's video, you already know what was entailed. And don't get me wrong, it was a lot of very good patches, with some very sus ones in there as well. However, it also led to some disappointment within the community itself, because we're all expecting another update before the year's end, before Christmas, before New Year's, before we hit 2024. So is there really still time to get out another update between now and when that happens? Whilst the odds are heavily stacked against it won't, there is still a fighting chance, and this is why. Now, over on Captain Steve's channel, he released out a video not too long ago, and I've spoken about it previously in another video. However, his theory, and it's pretty damn sound if you ask me, his theory is this. Now, with Steam, only has sales or allows developers to put games on sales every 30 days. Now, the last time No Man's Sky went on sale was around about 24 days ago. However, with that being said, it was only for a charity event, and that means now, technically speaking, No Man's Sky cannot go back on sale until the 17th of November. Why is that important? You may be asking. Well, anybody who follows this kind of stuff knows that whenever there is a major update about to be announced or an emoji drops, whichever one comes first, usually just before that does happen, No Man's Sky goes on sale all across the world for 50% off. Now, this is very, very important, because when that is next able to happen for No Man's Sky is the 17th. Now, obviously, we won't see anything from PlayStation, we won't see anything from Xbox, because they all go on sale at the exact same time. Now, plus on top of all that, we are still waiting for the next installation of the Expedition. Now, usually, and this is going off previous updates and previous releases, now every year, usually around this time, No Man's Sky gets an update that gives us an expedition that lasts over the holiday and New Year's festive periods. And on top of all of that, Mr. Murray has been very active over on Twitter over the last week, dropping emojis left, right and centre in responding to different posts that he is putting up, which again is always a very good intricate sign that something is about to drop. Now, I know I'm not the only one sat here right now wondering what will happen next. It's an exciting time to play No Man's Sky. Again, over the last few videos, I've demonstrated from 2016 to where the game is right now. This is the best time and the best period to be playing No Man's Sky. In fact, in my last few videos, a lot of you guys are saying that you'll be playing it way into 2024 and beyond. And we know that No Man's Sky is going to be supported for a very long time to come. So we don't need to worry too much about that. It's just a matter now of when this next update is going to drop. Now, if I was a betting man, I think we will get a definitive answer on the 17th of November. That date really does stick out to me a lot, going off the evidence I've just presented. Now, on the 17th of November, if nothing, by the end of that day, if nothing drops, then I think it has just been this patch update, and for the first time that I can remember, No Man's Sky is going to be as it is over those periods. However, if by the end of the 17th we get an emoji or we get some inclination that something is coming, then the hype train essentially will be back on track, because right now it's literally at a terminal taking on more passengers and we're just waiting for the next go ahead. But at the end of the day, I have also tried to contact Mr. Murray through Twitter, and I have asked him if he can comment on when we can get the next expedition. And as of the time of this recording, he has still not replied. However, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it's more of a blessing in disguise. And the reason why is, if there wasn't going to be an expedition, and I did again explain this in the last few videos, if there wasn't going to be an expedition, then there is nothing from stopping him from replying to that comment saying, look, it's not going to happen this year, the team are very busy, whatever the case may be, don't want to get your hopes up, that's that. He could have responded to that, but he didn't. He never did. So the fact that he hasn't makes me very suspicious that he very well something could be coming and he can't talk about it, or he doesn't want to talk about it right now and release information, because at the end of the day, they want to do it on their own end. And that is more what I'm thinking at this very moment. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, there is still plenty of time for this update to drop. Yes, the odds are stacked against us, but you know what? It's never failed us once to hope and dream and speculate. And going off previous history of No Man's Sky, we know that there is something due. So what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Are you just going to be happy with the update that we've got for Experimental, and then obviously it will go live on all platforms very soon? Or do you think that we are still yet to get an update and all the smaller bug fixes will be in that big update? Now, this is something that I have thought about. Now, another thing that could be happening here is the reason these bug fixes have only gone to PC Experimental and they haven't even touched any of the consoles yet. And the reason could be is because it costs Hello Games a lot of money to get updates published on the game via the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Switch, and so on. Now, they're not going to do that for a smaller update. Not really. What they want to do is get their money's worth, get the value out of doing something like that. Because you're talking millions of pounds every single time that they send files over to a Xbox or Sony or whatever the case may be to verify to go on to their platform. Now, what this could possibly mean is they are testing these bug fixes out on PC first, and then they're going to rattle the new expedition with it, and then maybe a smaller content update or something a bit more substantial. They're going to bundle it all together and then release it. But again, I think the 17th is going to be a very significant day for No Man's Sky. So make sure that you are tuned on the 17th. Keep an eye out and see if that update drops. Everyone's putting their money where their mouth is on this one. Anyway, guys, that is everything from me here today. This is everything that we know so far. Again, let me know your thoughts, comment section down below. And as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.